Now, other fascinating political news, you have Hillary Clinton continuing to deny the 2016 election. Now, will she be investigated and put into court multiple times like Donald Trump? No, of course not, because she's above the law. Keep in mind, this is also the person who, what was she? She literally ordered her employees to take physical hammers and break phones so that you could not get the evidence off the phones. Granted, that's also not usually how forensics work, but she thought it would, and they broke the hammers with phones. Now, the Snopes would say she didn't do that. No, she didn't. She ordered her staff to do that. And she also used software to completely wipe her on-prem server. Keep in mind, no one has a server on site. That'd be like having the box. It's so outlandish to think that she had an on-prem server and she deleted 30,000 emails just like that with the software. And of course, she got away with it. Also, improperly handled documents. And I can't help but notice only one side of the political aisle is being held accountable. So let's see. This is her bragging again and complaining. I was going to say, I apologize because I know her voice is, but thank God you don't have to see her. That's another thing in and of itself.
He certainly interfered in our election, and it was clear he interfered to hurt me and to help my opponent. Unprecedented interference. I was on the way to winning. We know that Putin was intent upon helping Trump. That's no longer subject to debate. The interference with the election, Virginia just stopped using touchscreen computer voting because it's so vulnerable. Right. You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
It was stolen from Bernie, but that's because the DNC literally rigged it against Bernie Sanders. And because he has no spine, he immediately bowed down to the DNC and continued his servitude to them. But they actually legitimately stole the nominee from him years back. So I would say they're not the most morally, they're pretty morally vacuous in my opinion.
He knows that he's an illegitimate president.
So why isn't she going to jail? Why isn't she being prosecuted? Half the lawsuits against Trump are because they claim he's an election denier. She has about the same amount of evidence. Well, I would argue she has less, but she's making all these claims and she's not producing evidence. She seems to be using the same bombastic accent that other politicians use. And yet, she's not in any trouble. She's not getting deplatformed off all the different social media sites. Very similar to Stacey Abrams from Georgia, who to this day says she was a proper elected, I believe, governor. And Stacey Abrams, quite the opposite. She wasn't socially ostracized, prosecuted by the government. She actually got a special cameo on some stupid Star Trek or Star Wars thing. Or is it Lord of the Rings? Something on Amazon or something on the social media streaming platforms. But it's fascinating to see more and more we have the double standard in the United States. And unfortunately, it used to be a place where all men were created equal and people were prosecuted equally. Left, right, center, they didn't care. You broke the law, you're prosecuted appropriately. But let me know in the comments, do you think people are being prosecuted based on their political affiliations? Do you think it's fair right now? I certainly don't, but that's just my 3 cents. It used to be 2 cents, but hyperinflation. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Also, want you to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to like and comment. The feedback is always greatly appreciated. It helps us make the show better and better. Also helps with the algorithm, so it gets shown to more and more people. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your co-workers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.